Hello y'all. Welcome to part 2 of my Commune of France Jacobin path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod Kaiserredux. In part 1 we had some elections where the Jacobins came out on top against the other revolutionary factions in the country. Now let's go to our events here and read the results for this event. And it says, the results, Jacobin majority. The elections have finally put the Jacobins in power, permitting the return of Leninist values to lead the Commune to the world revolution. An official statement has been provided by key Jacobin member Maurice Thorez that reads, "Dear comrades, listen to my words. The syndicalist structures are decaying, whilst the Sorelian reactionaries and anarchists are taking to the streets. However, now that the future of France is in our hands, there can at last be hope. The streets will be painted red with the blood of our and the workers of the world can at last rejoice. Leninism is not dead. However, before the newly established Parti Commune Francois can enforce its will in the nation, it must form a cabinet. It must first form a cabinet. It will have to choose between General Jacques Ducot and diplomat Marcel Kachin to lead France. So let's choose, just pick one of them. Go with, who do we pick? Just go with, we need a diplomat to ease tensions. Comrade Kachin is our man. And now we'll get an event, I think, very soon. And the government has become totalist as a result of that event. And we must give it some time for an event to pop up. Well, we had to wait for another one. So that's going to be fun. And we have some free military factories. Use that now. Let me speed some things up here. Use some military factories and make more weapons, please. Germany bans the FAUD, the Free Workers Union of Germany, or the Freie Arbeiter Union Deutschlands, as an anarcho-syndicalist trade union that has been operating in Germany since its creation on September 15, 1919. They had been free to operate, but the German government has decided to arrest its leaders and ban the organization. How shall we react? It is too early to confront Germany. The other option would have let us go to war with them instantly, but I don't want to do that right now. We need the Germans to be more vulnerable. It would be very much ideal if the Germans were more vulnerable in case of any kind of wars. Now, Maurice Thorez succeeds Sebastien Fourier, or something, during the inauguration ceremony of the new Comité de Salut Public at the House de Bourse General de Travail. The new chairman of the CSP has asked its BGT counterpart Sebastien Fourier to resign, arguing that the alliance with the anarchists was no longer corresponding to the vows of the Commune. The old man accepted with reluctance, thus consecrating the Jacobin complete takeover of the Commune. Outspoken Leninist, Maurice Thorez was eventually elected through the support of the newly elected Jacobin chairman of the Comité de Salut Public, and Viva la Revolution there. Now Maurice Thorez is in charge of the country, and historically he was a politician and longtime leader of the French Communist Party from 1930 until his death in 1964. He also served as the Deputy Prime Minister of France from 1946 to 1947. Before his time as a member of the French Communist Party, he was an affiliate of the French section of the Workers' International, and his ideology is totalism, and his sub-ideology, which is not very surprising, is Jacobinism, which is described as, borrowing its name from the Society of the Jacobins, Friends of Freedom and Equality. Jacobinism is an authoritarian socialist ideology developed by Comrade Maurice Thorez, drawing from the policies instituted by Maximilien Robespierre as well as the writings of Vladimir Lenin. Jacobinism seeks to create a truly revolutionary regime, seeing violent social action as the core of the French spirit. Followers of Thorez are ready to strike down any agent they deem as anti-socialist, be they reactionaries or false socialists, in their pursuit of communism with quote-unquote French characteristics. Now in the focus tree, let's start doing, what can we do here? Let me find it. We now have access to the special Jacobin political path And so begins the revolution. This will be the first focus we do, and it says here, with the elections reaching their climax, the Jacobin faction within the CGT have secured a majority against all others. The party has made clear its intentions to do away with the syndicalism of the Commune and instead forge a new path under a more radical and centralized system. And so begins the revolution. And the effect of this focus will be, once it's done, the Jacobin regime will begin its transformation of the Commune from a syndicalist state to a true communist state, and it will remove the national spirit, communard spirit, as well as political extremism, and that will take 21 days to do. Maurice Thorez right now is probably just going to try and consolidate power with his Jacobin supporters, probably, and we're going to see where that goes. We have two choices here for what path we want to take France down. And what is this about? It says here, Jacobin Reformation, ? Having at long last taken control of the Commune, the Jacobin-led Comité de Salut Public is in a position to begin a complete conversion of the governmental structure from failing syndicalism to glorious Leninism. Just reading the event here, going along with the text. Hardline comrades are demanding that the syndicalist structures be completely abolished, all replaced by the Parti Communiste, the French Communist Party, in a Bolshevik-Leninist state. However, despite Chairman Thorez's support for this initiative, this is likely to viciously divide France, and as such, many more moderate party officials are suggesting that the Jacobins continue to operate within the established syndicalist structures of the BGT and the CSP, while gradually reforming the state along, quote, true Marxist lines. Whatever the outcome is, it shall surely cause more division. And now the Totalist Party will get a new name. I think it's basically just a French Communist Party, and from that would take a hit in base stability. So we gotta just wait for So Begins the Revolution to be done, restoration of democracy in Australasia, whatever. Restructuring the BGT and CSP. The syndicalist structures of post-revolution France are being transformed so as to better comply with true Marxism as laid out by the Parti Communiste Français, or François, whatever, the French Communist Party. The Bourse Générale du Travail has been reformed as the Congrès des Députés of the People, or it sounds like... Okay, moving on. While the Comité de Salut Public has been replaced by the Council des Commissaires of the People. So the Council of the People's Commissars, I guess, and the Congress of the Deputies of the People, an improvement, no doubt. Whatever. Base stability takes a hit and totalism becomes more popular within the nation. And for now, what do we do? Let's just have... What can we do here? Let's just have our military do exercises, yeah. Army Group 1 will do some exercises, so will Army Group 2. Get these guys up to regular level. Might be a good idea. And now, dissolution of the CGT. This is big. Now as we turn on the last pillar of syndicalism in France, the Confédération Générale de Travail, the dominant syndicate which has long kept us from taking power in the Commune, we can finally break their power, so as to prevent our rival from further resisting our communist doctrine. They are against our revolution. And from this we'll get minus 60% base stability. We're now in negative stability mode. So that's fun. And what do we pick? A new Robespierre or a Legacy of Lenin? Let's go on the left side here. Start doing a new Robespierre, and it says, oh my goodness, workers' unrest in the Rhineland. Workers in Western Germany are protesting against their oppressive government. This might be the chance to weaken our mortal enemy if we are prepared for the possible consequences of such a choice. So, what do we do? Hey, let's send them manpower. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. And that's going to happen. Let's stop doing exercises at this time. And we gave up 1,000 manpower there. Very curious how the Germans will react, honestly. And we wait now for a new Robespierre to be done. It says here, during the First French Revolution beginning in 1789, the proletariat appointed Maximilien Robespierre. Oh my goodness, what's this about? Reports of military unrest. Our recent reforms, while making grand strides in setting France on the true path of socialism have upset many in French society. Now there are reports reaching the ears of the Comité de Renseignements General, the intelligence agency of France. Basically, there are murmurs of dissent even within the Guarantor of National Integrity. Keep a close eye, and from that we lose some base stability. But it says here, choosing the host city for the Spartacade, go with the French city, go with Paris. Good. That's like the Third International Olympics. But a new Robespierre here says, during the First French Republic, beginning in 1789, the proletariat appointed Maximilien Robespierre of our namesake to spearhead the revolution and do away with the bourgeois before being struck down in a brutal coup. Maurice Thorez shall follow the path set before him and become a new Robespierre. And from this we get a national spirit called revolutionary zeal, as well as an event called Memories of the Past Revolution. And that should be interesting, honestly. Very interesting. And the revolutionary zeal national spirit will grant us more daily political power gain, more war support, and more daily totalist ideology support gain per day. Well, it is daily, so it's per day anyhow. And to be perfectly honest, the Jacobins are already pretty popular. Kornilov storms Moscow. What's this about? Leon Blum and the Front Populaire. Leading Travailleur figure Leon Blum, along with respected war hero Maurice Gamelin, have begun to call openly for the separate political factions of France to unite in opposition to the Jacobin government, which many view as having corrupted and betrayed the revolution. This popular front, despite being resisted by many state mechanisms of the Jacobins, has already conducted several major industrial actions and political rallies in the larger cities. Fearful that this open challenge to the party's rule might lead to a direct contest and the leadership of the Commune, the French intelligence agency that I cannot pronounce correctly, is recommending that the Council des Commissaires arrest Blum and the other leaders linked to the front, most prominently, other than Blum himself, the still respected General Maurice Gamelin, bring them to trial. And from that we lose minus 10% base stability, and Oswald Mosley is elected chairman of, this is some event. Oswald Mosley is elected chairman of the TUC. Does this mean what I think it means? We have totalist France and totalist Britain. That's going to be a very interesting Third International. I wonder if Mussolini is going to end up in charge of Italy. I mean, socialist Italy. Maybe they might, I don't know. Labor Day happens, that's just some event that would give us some base stability. That's very nice. And now the first Congress of the Third International. That's like a meeting of left-leaning governments and movements around the world, like socialist governments anyway. The syndicalists got a majority in Memories of the Past Revolution. Here we go. Read this now. It says here, Memories of the Past Revolutions. Thorez, as energetic as always, came to the Communard Square in Paris and made an announcement like many he had done before. His arms moved with an energy unprecedented, his hairs flew in the air with great violence, and his heart was beating like one of a horse. He screamed in adoration to the Commune, to the revolution, proclaiming in profound militancy that it was time to create a communism with French characteristics. This new communism, he says, must do away with the ideals of Fleur, Sorel, and other fifth columnists. Well, from the perspective of the Jacobins, I'm pretty sure anyone that doesn't agree with them is a fifth columnist in this world. But going on and realize that France has an incredible and rich history of revolution and revolt. It is undoubtedly a nation born out of revolution, a nation that grew out of revolution, and a nation that lives now in revolution. It is clear to everyone that France must follow her own way in communism, and to ensure a future in socialist society where the commune lives and breeds independently, with profound power that shall eventually wipe the world from reactionary forces and bring about a new age of French communism. And from this, the country will get a new name. It has now become the Commune of the Proletariat, and we now have a guillotine as a flag. I mean, that's plenty, I don't know, it's pretty on the nose about its Maximilien Robespierre influence, I'll just say that. And William Big Bill Haywood and the Combined Syndicalists speak at the World Summit or Unemployment and Radicalism in Latin America. And we had that event there about the women in the world revolution, and I just chose whatever gave us base stability. Policy on the Italian peninsula, we're going to help the Socialist Republic of Italy since they're our ally. The Bartai Commune asked for support, sure. Send them advisors. Build more civilian factories in the Commune of the Proletariat at this point. And we're just trying to build up France for what is basically an inevitable clash at some point with the German Empire. I'm not worrying too much about these events, because they're just pretty standard events that appear whenever you play as France, and they just had to do with a bunch of socialist bangs going on around the world of Kaiserredux / Kaiserreich. No matter what mod you play, they'll always be there. And with that said, as the Commune of the Proletariat is born, I'm going to end what is part 2 of my Commune of France Jacobin Path playthrough in the Hearts of Iron for mod Kaiserredux here. If you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description, the link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.